Okay, hello and welcome. We are waiting for Instagram to kick in on the other side so I can go live. We're also trying out the alternate format for Instagram, and Instagram is coming in. And here we go. All right. Now we are good on both sides. Yay. And hey, Wisdom Happy, good to see you. It's been a while. We're doing a little back and forth with Instagram here. So I have to also go back and forth. Hey, Tanya, welcome. I have to go back, Caroline, on the other side. So for Instagram, I have to actually go back and forth between two windows because Instagram just will not cooperate with fully with Restream platforms, or at least the one I'm using. And so I don't get the comments in. So I will check back. So don't hesitate to comment on Instagram. I will go back and forth and check. So yeah, trying out this. I just have to make sure I don't move my hands past my shoulder. So I just have to keep my hands right here if I'm doing anything. And it's more Instagram friendly for one. And I don't know, maybe I'll just go back and forth. We'll see what happens, but just trying it out for see what it looks like on both platforms here. So anyways, settling in and just move your body around a little bit, just kind of like, okay, shake it up, loosen it up, and settle in. Come into your breathing. Yeah. And as we focus on our breath, we just automatically will slow down and relax a little bit more. Just all of a sudden become more aware of what's around us. You know, it's a really interesting thing to maybe like go on a regular walk they usually go, but do something like humming. I've got a little song that I sing that's a Vedic chant, but you can also do with humming. And humming just has a way of putting you into present time. And because you're humming, your mind's not going off in all directions and slows everything down. And all of a sudden, it just, when I do that, it just feels like I'll do that walking on the edge of the ocean on the beach. And it's like all of a sudden, it's like the ocean is connecting, communicating with me in a deeper level. So it's really nice to do that. So same with, noticing your breath, paying attention to your body movement as you breathe. And even, just going through your body, head to toe, just focusing on the breath. Let's do that. Let's just kind of have that experience of that. So bringing your awareness on your breath. And then just move through your body. Just kind of like start with the head. And feel that movement of the breath in your whole body as you go through. Put your awareness through in different areas. See if you can have a sense of that. So it takes slowing the mind down. Of course, the rib cage area is the easiest, but your spine will sway when you're relaxed and really just letting go. Your spine won't be stationary. It's going to have a little bit of a sway to that. So it probably can have a sense of that all the way down from top of your torso all the way down to your sit bone and that area. And then carrying it further into the legs, down to the feet, down the arms. Yeah, some people are a little confused. That's okay. Um, we tend to be confused when we're doing something kind of for the first time or something new or something that we don't regularly do. It's kind of throws the system off, which is a good thing. And if you are in a place of like desperately wanting to figure this out, or if you have that pattern for yourself, just notice that there's nothing to get here. It's just about the experience and being in that awareness. So this carries through in anything that we do. Some of us learn to really get into that perfection, and we kind of all do in one way or another. And it's that safety and that protection mechanism that kind of kicks in. And if we have everything, and by perfect, so maybe that's not the right word for you, but by perfect means you got everything lined up. You've got it all organized, you got it all categorized, right? That kind of stuff. Then that will feel safe. And if that is going on in your system, you're always trying to get everything lined up, get everything where you know where it is, where you can, just it's going to be XYZ, and it's going to be that way, and then you can just follow along. You're actually missing out on a lot because life doesn't really operate that way, and the non-physical level does not operate that way. It kind of like winds around. You'll be here and then goes to over here and then down here and then in all directions. And so relaxing into that, well, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, well, that's okay. It's okay to not know what I'm doing. I know I'm safe. I'm connected to myself. I'm connected to pure source. I'm safe. It'll be okay. Anything that you go through, it will be okay. And even when it's hard, nasty stuff, you got to just hold that for yourself. It's like, I know I'm going to be okay. Whatever comes through, whatever comes out of this, I will be all right. It's the human identity that really wants to have everything look all squared away. But taking you out of that all squared away, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I hadn't thought of this piece. And then that opens up other things, other possibilities, other experiences, other awarenesses, and you grow from that. So relaxing into that breath and just allowing yourself to just go deeper with the awareness of the breath into that whole movement, like your whole body. You'd feel your whole body and your whole being breathing in and out, following your breath. And then I'll just do a little work as you guys are focusing in on that. And letting yourself just ease into that a little bit more deeply. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, now everybody's just kind of getting into that rhythm. Okay. Just kind of anchoring the group in here. And coming into that Feel that calmness. Even if it's not calm around you, there's this layer of calmness, even gentleness. I would even use that word. Just staying on the awareness of that breathing and your whole being just breathing in sync with the breath. So the physical body is lining up with that higher level. And as you sync up with that higher level, then you open the way for that deeper connection to yourself, that deeper connection to your source, your essence. And just be aware with that breathing. Is it regular? Is it just at a regular pace, or is that every once in a while something might be clearing out? You're like, all of a sudden the breath gets a little stuck, and you just kind of move through that. If you want to take this a little deeper, come into your chest space. I like to focus on the lower area of the sternum bone. So being aware of two things at once. If you want the heart space inside your chest, kind of the center of your chest, as well as that expansion and contraction that's going on. That's bringing up other pieces for people. Yeah, so there's a little bit of that feeling small, might feel like the inner child, just feeling like you're so little. It might not necessarily be in terms of little in terms of young, but little in terms of like the middle of, I mean, if you think about how big your human self is relative to the whole of existence. Alfie, hello. Thanks for stopping by. You kind of have been at it for a few minutes here, but just come in, settle in, and bring into your awareness into your breath, and then see if you can feel your whole body breathing with your breath, basically. So, yeah, feeling little, because all of a sudden you realize the human self is all of a sudden realizing itself relative to the whole of existence. That's small, but that's just your human level. So you could say that's like the 1% of who you are, what you are. Yeah, no problem being late. That's fine. You come in when you can. So that's all right. Just a little catching up to do, that's all. So into that, yeah. So into the heart space of being kind of like anchoring that awareness into the heart space, and then that expansion with the breath. And Sydney, hey Sydney, you popped in my mind just like 5 seconds ago. So here you are. Allowing yourself to settle into that. So that, yeah, that just came up when people kind of dropped into the heart space, and that feeling little. So that's the human aspect. So keeping steady with that, the breath, the awareness and the breath and the heart space. Yeah. So we're kind of connecting into Not necessarily the inner child, though a lot of people will want to go there, and that might be part of it, but just that delicateness of being that's in the heart, for especially for oneself in life, so that could very well bring you back into childhood and feeling vulnerable, allowing yourself to be in that vulnerable place. That's okay. This is the place to let yourself kind of come into that. You've got the support of the space. You've got the support of the space I've created. You've got the support of me and the group. Yeah. So this is kind of a safe zone for that connection to self, right? Because we don't necessarily get that sense of being safe connecting to ourselves out in the external world. So here we are here for that, to provide that space, to make it safe so that you can open more up to yourself and come more deeply connected with yourself. Come into that more deeply and unwind all the stuff that's been hurtful, that's been harmful, that's been distorting, that's been limiting, allowing that to just shift out with the breath. So if you're aware of, if something comes up and you're aware of it, it's like, oh, that's okay. Just to say to yourself, it's like, okay, yeah, that's just passing by. It's just floating off. When it comes into the awareness, it's in the process of shifting out because it's coming out from deeper, the subconscious level, and all of a sudden it's coming to the conscious level, and you go, oh my God, it's this. Poof. Okay, there it goes. We're just letting it go, letting it float on by. Yeah. Some people do have a little bit of a hard time with that because it gets into the conscious mind. They feel like they have to deal with it. And that pattern has to do with the human thinking that it's in charge of the whole of existence, yeah? Or the whole of our existence. Like, my human self is in charge of my whole existence. Yeah, not really. Not really. It is when it's in full alignment with that higher aspect of you and living through that. But until then, it's not. Yeah. Yeah. A little stuckness there with people. That's all right. I'm gonna shift that out. So, it's good that this stuff is coming up. That way we can. This is clearing out a good piece. So we're clearing that out. When things come up like this for the group, then it's getting it cleared out. So that was that piece was a bit of a block against really connecting more deeply to source, to oneself, to that higher aspect of existence. Ooh, and that's that's kind of pushing out a lot of people also that have been crowding around at least some of you. Huh. So a little bit of the catch when we clear out people and just check on Instagram. It looks nice, quiet over there. So I guess everybody's fine over there. The catch with that is, let me get back to that for a minute. As we have things like people shift away from us, all of a sudden we're so used to being held up in a certain way, even if we want to kind of move on. It's like, I'm sick and tired. I want to like break free of this, break free of these people, whatever, these habits or whatever. But what they are is they're acting like kind of scaffolding for us. So when we take away the scaffolding, and it's like, whoa, we might feel a little wobbly. It's like, okay, no. So the last thing you want to do is to like let me pull the scaffolding right back up so that I can have that structure to hold me up, okay? What you wanna do instead is what we're doing right here and now is to just take that time to focus in on yourself, connect with just yourself, just let yourself get reoriented instead of grabbing on back onto that old stuff to hold you up, okay? Hope this is making sense. That's a big piece. That's a big piece to understand. Yeah. So shifting, yeah, we're shifting through some mental pieces here for people. Um, uh, Mental pieces that are kind of limiting your view. And in that, I will place also your intuition, because that's part of your view of how you view what you view in existence for yourself. Yeah. And then just coming back into that awareness of yourself, of your breath, of your whole being, breathing with the breath, that synchronizing with the breath in and out, with the breathing, with your being, breathing in and out. Yeah. And awareness kind of in the chest, in the heart, chest space. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, kind of a gentle session. We've had some pretty intense, deep clearing sessions lately. Some very good ones. If you weren't here for those, you look back on the YouTube channel and on Instagram too. You can go back and look and just see what the titles are, see if you're drawn into anything, because we had some really deep clearings that were happening. So worth going back. We're going back to again as well. This is, we're having a much more subtle clearing here. There's a lot of mental level pieces that are clearing for people. Let's see. So, yeah, sorry about the hands with the vertical view. I feel like it's like, okay, I can't see them, but it used to be more visible across all the way through. Yeah, lighting up the head area. And it's the head here, but it's also that in your field around, there's a area, there's a level there that is more the mental level, mental frequency. So that's getting a nice clearing also. And maybe a lot of anger or rage. It could be coming up for you. That's lightening up. Yeah. And the when we can't be who we kind of innately know without being able to say it or describe it, but there's this innate sense. It's like, this isn't me. This doesn't feel right. So that's coming from that innate sense of this is, of knowing who you are at a very deep level. And when we know that we can't be there, that we're held back, or that things are, not in the right place, or that external is pushing against that rage and anger is normal, because that not allowing a being to be who they are truly meant to be. Is against the highest laws of existence. If there's one basic law in existence, it's that one. It's like you just don't. You can't interfere with somebody uh, being who they are. So there's a lot of not following in that piece, right? Helplessness, stuckness, frustration, allowing things to be. Yeah, good. Just for a little laugh there, Cindy. It looks like you've got the G in the end switched, and so it looks like allowing thighs to be. It almost looks like an H. Just for a little laugh there. Um, how's Instagram? Okay, Instagram is quiet. It's good to laugh. It's good to laugh at ourselves. Yeah. In fact, if you can get yourself to laugh, that's a good way to shift your vibration up and shift out of that older stuff. Yeah, very good. Everybody's doing really good. Yeah, we've got this big fat layer that's shifting off, that's like above everybody. So you're coming into the breath, feeling that lightness of being. And if you can think of something that will make you laugh while you're focused on your heart space and your breath, do that. Even if it's a little chuckle, it's, yeah. Oof. You got to have a sense of laughter with this stuff. It's good to have a sense of laughter. I mean, there's some stuff you really need to take seriously and be okay. Wait, I got to really get through this thing, or shift this, or get out of this curse or spell, or what a bad habit, whatever, and be serious about that. But you can step back and look at the bigger picture of existence and kind of take it with a sense of humor. There we go. Yeah, good. That's opening up. It's kind of this heavy layer that got shifted off of people. So that kind of, like almost just having this rock, this ceiling, this just pressure from above, and that's lifting off of people. So that's really nice. Yeah, good for everybody here. Huh. Huh. There we go. Kind of connecting both directions. Nice. Yeah. Kind of bringing in that sense of being held. And with that, just coming in that place of feeling loved. If you're feeling held, you can have that sense of being loved. That's a big one. Yeah. So let's open that one up for people. Yeah, just focusing on your heart space and your breath, and that your whole being breathing. And notice maybe any kind of like trepidation that comes up, any nervousness. That's fine. Just kind of like be with it, and then just let yourself know it's okay. We're here together. Talking to yourself is like you're talking little self with the more knowledgeable self. Yeah, here we go. The light of love. Yeah, here we are. It's just dipping into that a little bit for you guys here. Yeah, very nice. And coming back in to that awareness of your breath, awareness of being aware of your heart space and your breath. Of, of being in your environment as you're aware of your being in this space as well. And your breath, your heart space, your breathing, being in sync with that higher aspect of yourself through that movement that you kind of tune into when your mind slows down. Very nice. And just let yourself sit a few moments here. We're going to just sit a few moments here, come out gently out of this. Just being in that softer space and being aware of your physical environment. Yeah, there we go. Anchoring you in a little bit more deeply with this one as well. Yeah, very nice. So just be here as we kind of wrap up. Just being in this space. This is a nice space. I'm just going to put up my little value donation QR code there. Just if you feel like donating, doing the cup of coffee thing, it's appreciated. And also just appreciating having you stop in and being a part of this. And this might be showing up on Instagram. That I don't know. I'll have to check my QR code. If it's not Instagram and you feel like doing a donation, you can just follow the link in the bio. It'll take you to where you need to go. Yeah, but with that, also just being aware of that gentleness, that softness, that space that is holding you, okay? This is the space of your higher self, if you want to call it that, your essence, if you want to call it that highest aspect of you, pure source, being here with you, with the human level, and holding that. Holding you, holding the human aspect. Yeah, for some people it's a little emotional. If you've never felt held, basically if you've never felt loved in that piece that where the love, you're being held in love. So not physically necessarily, but you can feel that being enveloped with love. This has been so lovely and light. Yes. Just flew by like little yellow birds I'm watching. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, so very good. So we're here every Wednesday to help, to support you, to give you this space to, just have that place where you can really just allow yourself to connect with yourself and have that be okay. Have that be, this is the focus. This is what we're here for. That you can connect with yourself. And by connecting to yourself, you can open up to more of your expression, who you are, kind of let go of all that other stuff that has gotten in the way of that, of just being purely you and free to be you kind of thing. Okay. So every Wednesday at 7 p.m., I have to think, Central European time, there we go, Paris time, or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then figure it out if you're elsewhere from those. And we'll see you next. Connecting in, yeah. It's a little bit of that bliss, higher vibration. So sometimes we can just kind of lose that sense of our thoughts. So connecting in here, come back whenever you want to come back. Every Wednesday, whenever you need it, whenever you want to. And we'll connect again wherever we connect. and certainly in the ether. So thank you for stopping by. We'll see how this goes because I have to close down Instagram first. So have a good rest of your week. And thank you all for being here. Take care.